Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Lunch and Arbor Marketing. We're getting some feedback on this mic. Could someone send Caroline out here if they know Caroline? You send her out here, just, you might need to turn this down a little bit. So anyways, welcome to Lunch and Arbor Marketing. My name is Derek Marabon. I run a company called Ingenix Digital Marketing. And thanks for coming, everybody. Pretty good turnout. How many first-time people we have today? First-timers? Okay. Welcome. This is Lunch and Arbor Marketing. We meet every week here. It's good to arrive by 11:45 and get a seat. Speaker always starts at noon, and you're out of here by 1. We do have a chance at the end to introduce yourself, which is nice. We pass the microphone so you can tell us about your name and your company briefly. Stacy is standing up here. We are a non-profit organization. We can pass the hat. Are we passing that now, Stacy? Okay. We're passing the hat now. So this is just a $3 donation. And feel free to donate. It's not mandatory. If you want to have lunch, it's $10. There's order forms on the table, and the wait staff will come around and take your order. So for anyone who is new, we do have a LinkedIn group and a Facebook page. So I encourage you to connect with us there. And then also at LA2M.org is where you can find all the information about our events. Our events are archived, recorded for podcast by Vince Chmielewski. Roger Rail records them live, puts them up on Ustream. So whoever's out there watching right now in Ustream land, welcome. You can watch that at LA2M.org/live. So everything's archived. And Carter Sherline usually photographs Frog Prince Studios. I don't see him here yet, but he'll be here probably. So, okay, what else did I want to say? Yes. Okay, yeah, John Walter is looking for people for the U.S. Census. If anybody wants a job there, it pays $12 to $18 range. He will also announce that at the end. So John Walter, U.S. Census. And if anyone is looking for office space, I have an office a couple doors down called the Brickyard. We have 3 desks right downtown. The cost is $280, shared conference room, shared coffee, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. So if you're kind of a solopreneur or need a space, come talk to me. It's nice to have a Main Street address. And okay, so with that, our speaker is a good friend of mine. His name is David Bloom. He's going to be talking about software as a service, and I'm sure it'll be enlightening. This is actually the first time anyone will get to see this talk. It's a hybrid talk created especially for the wonderful folks at LA2M. So please give David Bloom a warm round of applause.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me okay if I stick it in my pocket?
Yeah.
That works. Go. So I do. All right, so everybody who has seen me do 20 slides in 5 minutes, I'm going to do 30 in 30, so this will be a breeze. But as Derek points out, this is a mutt talk. It's taking a couple other things and smashing them together here. I want to talk today about things that we learned 10 years ago that come back to bite us in the ass 10 years later. So 10 years ago, we were kind of high on if you build it, it will come, they will come. And we thought that that meant business. And what we learned was that you build these monuments in the desert and people don't come. So an example of a good SaaS portal from 10 years ago is Work.com. My company, in fact, Totem, used to have a serious slice of Work.com. We did all of our timesheets and all of our invoicing. And it was a beautiful online application for doing all that stuff. And just didn't mind its P's, its Q's. It lost a lot of money. And it tanked. And now Business.com owns the domain. I don't do anything with it. So 10 years later, we have a new myth. We have, if they come, it'll make money. All we got to do is make them come. Well, I'm in a room full of marketers, so that should be easy, right? Everybody can do a little one-page website. They'll come, and it'll make money. No, it won't. It'll be like Mel Brooks, the producers. The more people come, the more money we lose. And a good example of that would be Bolt.com. Bolt had a beautiful business model. Went kind of like this. Every time somebody signs up, they pay $1,000, and then Bolt turns around and pays $4,000 for a whole bunch of hardware, and then another $2,000 to bring it online, and hope that they make it back in the time that it takes for the people to leave. So Bolt is now owned by Ning. You see they had no better time with it than anybody else. All right, so let's define terms. this little teletype style. Software as a service. It's time sharing, people. It's the old mainframe model. I'm not going to regale you with any old, boring mainframe stories from that era. But just think, terminals, not PCs. Only thing we care about is the handheld, the browser, the Chumby. Chumby's a great terminal. The iPod's a terminal, Kindle. And all of the smarts is actually, off in the data center in Bangalore. And then we're going to cover the ABCs. The ABCs of SaaS are the different business models. MBAs in the audience will begin to throw spitballs at me for calling a revenue model a business model. Hey, I'm in a room full of marketers. MBAs? Good, I'm safe. All right, so there's a great website at hollanders.com. It was built by our friends at Q. That's not SaaS. That is a brick and mortar business with a website. iTunes is SaaS. Even though there's plenty of real estate with Apple's name on it, that is an online business. And the economics of an online business is completely different from a brick and mortar. Same thing with bankofamerica.com. Bankofamerica.com is a brick and mortar business with a website. PayPal is an online business. And then the last example kind of speaks for itself. And ArborNews.com was a newspaper with a website. And Arbor.com is a website and they press print twice a week. We're going to make some money and we're going to spend some money. And if we have any left, it's a business. So in this room, first thing we're going to spend money on is marketing. And I'm going to completely upend the definition of marketing. Marketing is listening and setting expectations. That's it. That's all we do. Have lunch, go home. First people we're going to listen to are the people whose business we already closed, the people whose money we're already pocketing. We're going to listen to them and we're going to retain them because there's plenty of forces that are taking them away from us. If we listen to them and we set their expectations, they'll stick around. And maybe they'll even lead us to other folks who aren't our customers yet. We call those our pipeline. I've said in the blurb that I was going to cover sales pipeline. Well, when I timed this talk, I'm out of time, so that'll be another talk. We'll let Carol do that one. So the whole goal of the pipeline is to message the crap out of them until they convert into closed business. And then there's this much larger egg-shaped universe. That was round on my screen, by the way. This much larger egg-shaped universe that we want to attract. If we listen and set expectations, then we're moving everybody into the center where we can extract money from them. All right, so that's the first cost center is marketing. The second cost center is operations. Close. It's engineering. Engineering is kind of like operations, right? So we're going to, with our engineering team, they're going to manage the infrastructure. Oh my goodness. When we're making money, this is the one thing that we don't want to think about. I used to work for a storage company. Made really high performance disk and tape drives. And you've got something that's got the angular momentum of a Humvee, and it's the size of your hand. And it's spinning at 7,200 RPM and storing ones and zeros so dense that they're like neurons. They're denser than neurons. They break. And when they break, your website goes down. And then you have to pay somebody to replace it and fix it and then get it back up. And you lost money while it was down. Man, you don't want to think about any of this stuff. You want to give money to smart people to think about it for you. And those all smart people who are managing your infrastructure are not the same smart people who are doing enhancements and escalations, which is a nice word for new features and bug fixes. And we take those new features and bug fixes and we slam them into a release stream. If you can manage a release stream, you can make money in this business. So I'm highlighting points on every slide that are like the takeaways. And these slides are going to be published over the weekend. So here's a release train. We're taking our new features and our bug fixes. We're dropping them in a train, moving them on into development and test, moving them on into staging and release. And if we can manage this process, if we don't have fire drills, somebody's favorite pet bug that's got to get fixed right now, stop the presses, pull those guys off of customer service to work on this, then, again, we can make money in this business. Operations? Operations. No, customer service. The next cost center is where listening and setting expectations, the flip side of the coin. Some people think this is marketing, but actually, it's more in the business of retention. There are always going to be issues. Anybody ever try to call PayPal
Yeah.
Ever get through? Well, you're different.
I have an account.
Yeah, you have a, all right, you're a wholesaler. All right, so customer service is the voice of the customer. You're an advocate, you're an ombudsman if you're in customer service. And you're trying to see the world from their point of view, be very empathetic. Oh, I feel your pain. I'm really sorry that we lost all your data. It's escalating issues that it can't handle itself. So think of customer service like an onion. It's going to deflect a lot of stuff, and some stuff is going to get through to the engineering folks. And when you get through to the engineering folks, they're going to do the magic that I said you really might give them a lot of money to do. But then you have to turn around and tell the customer, that's the voice of the company function, what you just did. And I don't know if anybody knew the regulatory apparatus from a particular industry in Washington has come to Ann Arbor in a swarm the first of the year. There's a lot of voice of the company activity going on in that particular industry. So anybody who's familiar with networking has seen a diagram like this before. An issue hits customer service, and then you have your first opportunity to give love, to show them just how much they mean to you. And then you're the voice of the customer internally, and you get back to them again. So giving love is not read the frickin' manual. It's I'm sorry you're having trouble reading the frickin' manual. Let me help you read the frickin' manual. And then you get to touchpoint branding. Anybody read OPOD? OPOD is an acronym for Overpromise, Overdeliver by Rick Barrera. It is the Bible on touchpoint branding. Another talk that needs to be given in this series, but we don't have time for it though. What's another costume?
Operations.
There you go, Mike. All right, so MBAs in the audience, please forgive me. Operations to me is not any of the things that we talked about already. It's collecting the money. It's spending the money. It's saving the money. It's making the money. If everything works, then these guys pay for everybody else. And that's an actual sum of money. Another talk I'm not giving today is raising money. That's entrepreneurship. Boy, I'm just mapping out your whole season, aren't I? All right, so I told you that there are ABCs. And there are plenty more business models, but I think they all kind of converge down to the ABCs. Ad-based, brokerage, charity, subscription. And we can play a game at this point and throw out your favorite SaaS platform, which one is it? Of course, everybody wants to be subscription and everybody devolves into ad-based, but I think that there's real room in brokerage and charity, so I'm going to give them equal time. The ad model is the first SaaS site I built, which is Arbor Web, was an online magazine, and it was paid for by ads. The content, this is the content of the Ann Arbor Observer calendar and the city guide, was the honey that baits the trap. That's what John Hilton, the editor of Arbor Web, calls it. So we get you to come because we've got something really attractive, and then you look at an ad. You look at an ad. That was Web 1.0. That's an eyeball play. If you could sell somebody's passive eyeballs, well, that was 96. Now we sell other things. We sell click-throughs. One of the things that the click-through sellers are very fond of talking about is selling conversions. That's not the ad model. So if you're selling click-throughs, leads, referrals, you're still in Web 2.0. One really cool application that we talked about at Nights of the Marketing Roundtable last night was behavioral targeting. These folks who are using quant techniques, it's a company upstairs, Optimization Group, that's made quite a tiny little business out of this. And behavioral targeting used to be, okay, we're going to direct this ad at women. All right, so here's a placement that was written up in the New York Times last week. It was for women between the ages of 18 and 35 in all of the New York City DMAs, the marketing areas that make up the Detroit, New York metroplex. We haven't done anything complicated yet. All right, now we get into the scary stuff. Who posted something about a movie on Facebook in the last 24 hours. Now that is laser-like focus. And if you can target those, and if you have a message that listens and sets expectations for that audience, your conversion rates are going to be very high. It's like shooting fish. It's not even shooting fish in a barrel. It's like shooting fish on a plate. All right, so to succeed at the ad model, don't commoditize. Don't be another ad-based site. For one thing, ad dollars rust very quickly. So you have to be really, really compelling to succeed at the ad model. You have to have something mind-blisteringly cool, and nobody else has it, because they're going to catch up to you, and then you have to keep playing the I'm cooler than him game. Even as the ad networks, who are going to help you out here tremendously, are taking most of the money. Don't try to attract traffic. Oh my God. Who built a website in the last year and said, everybody's going to come here? No, they're not. They're going to go to where they're going to serve them there. Widgetize whatever you're doing, put it there. Put it where the traffic is. Don't bring the traffic to you. That's so 10 years ago, 10 minutes ago. Instead, build all of the value. There's a company in India called Lookup that takes whole campaigns, reduces them to widgets, and puts them out like a Android. So I've got now all of these software as a service apps. Hello? You've got them on your iPhone or on your computer or what have you. This is software as a service. All of the smarts is somewhere else. This is a terminal. All right, goodness forbid that you should sell ads. If you're selling ads, you're not serving your customers. You might think, oh, I'm bringing in revenue. This is really important. No, there's somebody who does that tons better than you. Pay them to do it, even though they take most of the money. Now, here's the trick. If you're going to do that behavioral targeting, learn as much about these guys as you can. Learn where they go, learn their click trails, learn what times of day they go online. You will never know all the cool ways that you can use that information. If you're John Poindexter and you want total information awareness, Dick Cheney, who is monitoring this, by the way. Dick is listening. So we've done ad models on the web to death and mobile. What I love about, I downloaded a game on my Droid, and the first pop-up ad was for an iPhone. Streaming is full of ads now. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Hulu's going to be changing its business model, or already has, as of the first of the year, and we'll see how their traffic fares. What I love is ad models for gaming. We're going into either a sports game or a multiplayer game and seeing what amounts to a dynamic ad that has been sold through an ad network and placed within the construct of the game. And of course, GPS devices, those are just spam magnets. Man, if you just drove by my store and I didn't pop up an ad, that's a lost sale, right? So this is listen all over again. The ad model gets a lot of poo-poos from the investors. They don't think that the ad model is sustainable. But if you use the success factors, you get as much out of it as you can. How much is that? Probably not as much as the other version. So here's an example of an ad model that is scary good. So anybody read the VC? It's a comic strip from the 90s about what it's like to be a VC. And so I'm surfing VC the other day, and what pops up is an ad for blood glucose testing. How the hell did Google know I was working on a diabetes company? Because it read my email. That's how. Google reads my Gmail and places ads on this site because it knows I'm working on a diabetes company. How scary is that? Scary good. All right, let's talk about brokerage. Brokerage is that business that I said before, pay per conversion. The brokerage model makes connections. There are lots of business models out there offline that do this, like multi-level marketing. But the cool thing about the brokerage model is that it's a very attractive value proposition. You make money, I make money. If you don't make money, I don't make money. Unfortunately, it's hard to lock up this model. So you do tend to do exclusives. You have to do exclusives, or else you get cannibalized. You have to get used to, with the brokerage model, getting a fire hose of traffic for every drop of revenue. So you better be able to withstand it because the tolerance is very high. And then because you're incurring customer risk, you have to be able to manage that risk. And really, it's not about whether you're risk averse or whether you're risk tolerant. It's just you have to manage it. Now, life is risk. This next inhale I'm going to take is risky. No anthrax in that one. Okay, I'm good. Still good. I took a risk though. I inhaled. All right, so success factors for the brokerage business is you want to make the best possible connections. This is why eHarmony touts that they got this 40-point test and they're going to find your soulmate by you answering a survey. The other success factor, because you're dealing with such a big threshold of success, is don't dig a big hole. Digging a hole, I'll cover this on the next slide, is what you do whenever you build a business. You spend money before you make money. I don't know of a business where you make money before you spend it. So don't dig a big hole. Don't do what YouTube did. There will be no more YouTubes. YouTube did, you built this hole. And they were paying hundreds of millions of dollars before they had significant or any revenue. And there was just nothing there to sue until Google bought them. So before Google bought them, of course, it locked up all the content that deals with all the networks so that they would get sued. But then suddenly YouTube is worth suing. Cross-selling. Now, Amazon and eBay Motors are not brokerages. Well, eBay probably is. But they are great cross-sellers. They get you in on one segment and sell you something else. That is a key success factor for the brokerage business model. If you can, using really smart algorithms, Shazam, I love Shazam. It listens to music. Not only does it tell you what you're listening to, but it tells you what other things you like a Pandora. Only you don't have to type in, I like the Doors. You just have to hold it up to your car radio and it'll figure it out. So good algorithms is a success factor, diversity and cross-selling is a success factor. And then if you are doing anything with levels, put those guys to work. Spend as much time marketing yourself to them. Spend as much time as that on giving them the tools to then market on your behalf. That's the lesson of Amway. So here's digging a hole. We're going to do some math today. Don't run away. This is a cash flow curve. The vector that goes up to the right is revenues, and we hope that they're climbing. The vector on the left is your investments, and that's the money that you spend before you make money. So you start spending money, you start creeping down that slope into the hole. This hole, Mike. And you get to here. That's how much money you spent. And no, you didn't spend it all at once. Whoever's giving you money is not going to give it to you all at once. And then, as you start to make money, you start digging yourself out of that hole. You're still investing. But at this point, which everybody shoots for, you're not making more money than you're spending. Well, that's a kind of a meaningless milestone. This is the milestone I want to hit. That's when I've made as much money as I've spent. And the reason that that's the important milestone is because it involves really scary math called calculus. You have to compute the area under the curve to get to y. At that point, you can start patting yourself on the back. But the investors don't care until you've made 2, 3, and 4 times as much as they gave you. And then that's how much they want before they can give you anything. Now that arrow that goes off to the right, that's the fire hose. The whole myth of the software as a service is that you have recurring revenue. Oh, I love recurring revenue. I just sit there and revenue comes in. It just recurs and recurs and recurs. That's AOL. So imagine that this is going on. How far does it go? If you listened and you set expectations, if you were able to retain, if you were able to convert, if you were able to attract, then this goes on forever. That's why this is an attractive business and why the investors won't stop at 4x. They're going to want 10x back for the money that they gave. Oh, I just went back. There we go. Charity model. Everybody think this isn't a business? No, it's a nice business. Charity model just disconnects the value proposition. There's no value proposition. We're giving it away, and then we're asking for something in return. We're asking, not demanding. The charity model, by asking, shifts from my dad, who's a workaholic, to my mom, who's Jewish. They're shaming me. How come you don't call? How come you don't write? I love you. So the bad news of there being no value proposition means that it's a non-deterministic business. Nobody's going to invest in this. So you better know what you're doing and bankroll it yourself. If you're building a business, you're only going to get money from 3 places. You're going to get it from somebody else, from yourself, or from revenues. So this is one you're going to fund yourself. We'll get into that in a second. So everybody know the freemium model? Give away a little bit, get them to cross over to pay for some more. The freemium model says that there's a hybrid, there's a mud opportunity between doing charity business and perhaps a subscription business. And then a version of the charity model, the community, spreads that around so you're not the only one who's sucking it up. So to succeed at this, you need to be seriously viral. And viral does not mean cheap. Viral means that I gave John something so mind-blisteringly cool that he had to tell kids about it. He couldn't help himself. I gave him the tools and I infected him. That's viral. And that's hard to do. That's not easy. That's expensive to do. It's not cheap. You have to invest moderately in some IP lawyers because there's going to be IP, and in the charity model, that IP, like what we saw with YouTube, is going to be contested. Balance what you're getting with what you're investing. Be very flexible when you're doing a charity business. Be very agile so that you can open and close those taps. Don't buy into anything like a 3-year contract on one of these. I like how classmates in Hulu, charity-based businesses, have used exclusives to their advantage. It's kind of annoying because classmates is a real spam magnet. I also like the diversity, same as what we saw before. So here is your market segmentation in the charity business. And those green guys, they're the ones who are paying. And that big pie, the big slice, those are the freebies. Those are the guys who are along for the ride. So from a revenue side, you're making all your money from just a little tiny piece. Any CFO looks at this and throws up. All right, this is a bad, this is an unaligned business. And the cost basis is only slightly worse. So here's what a normal segmentation should look like. We've got a big slice that's our core business, and we've got some other product lines, and maybe one that's growing. And we could see that the revenue bases and the cost bases for that kind of a segmentation are not that far out of line. We expect to make most of the money from the core business, but not 95 to 5. We expect that there's a niche that's going to grow, that's going to cost more and return more. That's like the Jaguar business and the Ford. Well, I should have talked about that. All right, so here's the one that you've been waiting for in the ABCs. Is the subscription model. This is the one that everybody likes. Web apps. Who's everybody's favorite web app? Salesforce. Salesforce is pays by the seat by the month. So you got metering going on. Pay per use, pay per time. There's metering going on. You're paying for something that's rolling, like an electric meter, like minutes on a cell phone. So we've done the web apps. We've done the affinity groups. And this will be the only time that I even mention social networks as a potential software as a service business. But I like the infomediaries. I think that's a really cool subscription business. What they're doing is they're creating that compelling content, but instead of selling ads next to it, they're selling the content. Nielsen pretty much locked up ratings years ago and shuttered the whole business. It's all online now. Utility computing is another really cool software as a service business. Amazon Web Services is an online infrastructure business. There's 1 million servers out there running a program called LA2M, which is server management software. It's all leased. You can't buy this stuff, even though it's open source. So desktop security, that's another one of my favorite software as a service applications. Not the Doug here. The model here is that you're paying by the month or by the year, you're getting the updates, and the next, because we're in a pitched battle with some nasty hackers from Russia, you pretty much have to keep paying once you're addicted. And then of course mobile apps. What happens here is that if you're shifting from one of the other models, from charity or from ads, and you start to charge for something, you get hit, if you charge $1, you get hit with a wall of expectations. And you better be prepared for them, because what happens is your fees and your costs will get on the line, like what we saw with charity. And your fees and costs are on the line. It's not just the CFO who has a penny. Your whole business is having a penny. You're spending a lot of money on somebody who's not making money. That's the high maintenance, low revenue. We all have one of those, right? The high maintenance, low revenue fund. You know who you are. And then there's the recurring revenue myth. They're happy and they just keep paying. Cut your check every month. Yeah, I like that. So a success factor for subscription is do what you do, don't do what you don't do. That's those crazy acronyms up there. Do what you do means do your business. Don't do everything else. Outsource the crap out of that. And you think, well, gosh, it's really easy to set up servers. Why not just set up those servers? Okay, you want to carry Beaver? You want to replace that disk drive that just fried? No, pay somebody to do that. Outsource like crazy. Success factor for subscription business because expectations are so high is they have a very clear selling proposition. What are you selling? Are you selling access? If you're selling access, then it's like the velvet rope that Steve was looking for. If you're selling functionality, then it better ask work. If you have tiers of service, then there better be a good jump from one tier to the next and an incentive to get somebody to cross the line. That's the lesson to get somebody in the freemium model to actually sign up for your subscription business. And then tease your release train. Let them know what's coming. Google is great at that. They have this immense beta called Gina. Is that thing still in beta? All right, so this is the slide that I'm going to get the grade for later, so I better sit down. All right, so when you're developing, you're spending a lot of money on engineering, and that diminishes over time. It never goes away. And you're spending some on customer service, which diminishes not as fast. If you built up a good customer pool, they start to support each other. Community knowledge. You ever try to explain Twitter to somebody? It's easier now. I'm not spending as much on customer service. Marketing is always the same. Once you start turning that on, you don't turn that off. Your techniques may change, your campaigns are going to change, but your level of investment stays the same. The one that's most compelling here is the profit slice. See how that grows? Yeah, we like that. But it only grows if the other lines go down. This is a 100-point pie. So a mature software as a service business is getting really serious profits. I don't know any of these. They're all in growth mode, or they're in launch mode. They're in perpetual launch mode. They're getting gross margins that are in the 25 to 50 range. They're not going higher. And the reason why is because we haven't figured this out yet. None of us have figured this out yet. I'm giving a talk about something that nobody's figured out yet. I haven't figured it out yet. So I'm hoping that by getting this conversation going, we all figure it out, and then we can get up to the mature level. All right, so you knew there were going to be mutts. Why just choose one? Let's have a freemium. That's charity and subscription mixed together. Have a really good criteria for crossing over. That's affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing mixes ad and brokerage. So I'm going to sign up. It's like Girl Scout cookies. I'm going to sign up for this particular campaign. I'm going to pay to be part of it, but then I'm also going to pay per piece. Don't hybridize with the ad model. I say be careful. There's a bug on this slide. Don't be careful. Don't do it. All right, don't think, I'm just going to slap an ad up there and it's going to make a little extra money. A, it's not. B, you're going to poison your site. If you're an ad, be an ad. If you're not an ad, don't be an ad. The exception is assets. Those aren't ads. That's ads for you. That's what Facebook puts on the right corner. Did you know that we now have Mafia? Did you know that? Did you know that your friend Kenny hasn't posted on his wall in two months? You should post on Kenny. That's a house ad. And then franchising. That's the brokerage subscription money. You belong, and then you have the recurring fees as well. Segment your customers. Do that pie chart that I showed you earlier that shows the different customer segments and the different investments and the returns from those. But do not segment your business model, because then you're going to end up running multiple businesses. And one of them is hard enough. All right, so this is the slide that I'm going to get some brief on later. I say that about all of them, don't I? So on the left, you've got some cost centers. On the right, you've got sources of money, founder money, other people's money, opium, and revenues. And this is all going to be up on Dee's site in a couple of days. What I'm doing here is I'm mapping out where the lily pads are, so you don't step off the lily pad. All right, so Now,
David,
this,
could you explain the color code there?
yeah, the color code is, anything that's red is, oh, hey, don't go here. Anything that's yellow is, nah, all right. Anything that's green is, woohoo, let's do that. On the left side. And on the other side, okay is, yeah, I will do this as a last resort. That's the default funding for say, for charity. Because you don't have other options. Because blue is not going there. And on the fence for orange. You know, you would ask me that again. I won't be clear. All right, so here comes the math. You finished your lunch, you can go. This is the math part. Revenues are service fees collected per unit time. Regardless of how you meter your business, economies run on time. Businesses have cycles. You have to pay the taxes every year, every quarter, every month now. So this is easy. To get your revenues, you just take your gross price and that's it. Your business model determines how much of it you get to keep, and that determines whether you even have a business. Because you tear off a little piece and you give it to the guy who's keeping the disk drive spinning, and you tear off a piece and give it to the guy who's doing your pay-per-click campaign. You tear off another piece that's, pretty soon that little tiny piece right there, oh, I got a laser pointer. That's your piece. All right, so the next variable in this equation that we're studying now is cost of service delivery. Cost of service delivery is a little trickier because it involves some calculus, that area under the curve crap. But what we're doing is we're adding up all of the stuff that we're piling into the business and engineering and customer service and dividing it by the customers in that given time. So look at the month of June. Look at the customers in June. Look at what we pay for engineering and for customer service in June. Because it's going to be different in July, because it's going to be different in August. Okay, we're going to run out of real estate here in a second. Okay, so here's the most important number and the most overlooked. It's called churn. Churn is the lifespan of a customer engagement times the attrition factor. You don't own them forever. They leave. That's attrition. So how many customers lost per unit time is your churn factor? So I'm going to do a little math here. I'm going to say I've got a 3-year lifespan on a customer and a 5% per year attrition. So my churn is going to be that 3 years times 95%, which is 1 minus 5%, raised to the third power. Now this is a gross approximation of the actual equation, but it's one that you can do on your calculator. So it turns out that it's not 3 years, is it? It's 2.5 years. I just lost 6 months worth of revenue because of math. I hate math. I want that revenue back. But you overlook churn at your peril. Because churn is what balances out this equation. No, next equation. Cost of customer acquisition. Cost of customer acquisition is the same thing we did for cost of service delivery, only it's on the marketing spend. And salespeople always object to that. And that's okay. But here's the equation. It's called your total lifetime customer net revenue. 5 minutes. What's 5 months? 28. We're good. Revenues minus cost of service delivery times churn minus cost of customer acquisition. Every time you got a customer, that's what it's worth. Now your business is all about customer acquisition. And that's it. You've taken everything else out. Now you just want to get customers. Because hello, this is lunch and Arbor lunch, right? So we went back through this stack, carving up that $10 bill, cost of service delivery, churn, cost of customer acquisition. There's the math. It'll be on Dee's website. It tells you how much money you can make every time you get a sale. It's my favorite dashboard metric. There was a great online business in town run by John Zeev called, well, it was John Zeev's business. Doesn't matter what it was called. Every time they got a new sale, the server would play an MP3 of a car going, so you go into their office and you'd be having a meeting and then be on the PA system. We just got another sale. That's his dashboard. Deming would approve. Everybody in the whole company knows that a sale was made, and if Zeev's good, and he's scary good, then everybody knows how much money that's worth. It's a mine-like business. I'm embarrassing myself by not remembering the name. So don't freak out if your total lifetime customer revenue is sometimes negative. It will be sometimes negative. It'll be negative early. But do freak out if it's never positive. Then it's bold. Then it's a business that the more customers you get, the more money you lose. That's not a business. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave a little time at the end thanks to the cueing that I got from Derek. For vegetables, I mean questions from the audience.
Just one point of clarification. When David refers to Dee's site, it is actually LA2M.org. And you want to click on the events page and go to archives.
And I think I'll put it up at davidcbloom.com too. So, yeah, Russ.
Yeah,
I've
David,
been waiting for this.
you're right on the money. You know, I've run mealmixer.com since 2004, and you know, I tell you what, it's gone quite well. You know, I've done these models just to map my business. The problem with my business now is way over on the right, cost of customer acquisition, and what ends up, when we got into the Wall Street Journal, it sucked all these people into the market, and so all those people wanted those eyeballs and wanted the opportunity to sell them, so the cost of clicks went way up, and so the profitability went way down. So you're right on target with that equation. So be forewarned with a software service, right? That in the end of the day, you're going to get more competition. Your cost of customer acquisition is probably going to go up. You look at all these iPod apps and whatnot. Somebody puts out something really cool, and then you got 50 others that come on, afterwards.
Nothing succeeds like success. I call it Bloom's Law, but that's because that's my name. If you have an idea and it's any good, somebody else has it. You're not the smartest guy in the world. So if it's a good idea, other people have it. If you have an idea, nobody else has that idea, might not be any good. There's plenty of exceptions. Yeah, Rick.
So when you have a,
I probably don't need this,
But
but it's on tape. Let's say you do have your killer app out there, but you're trying to get people to use it in the free mode, so to speak. How long can you let that go?
until you run out of money.
So it's a matter of how good you are convincing investors to bet on it.
If you listen and set expectations about what's on the other side of the barrier, they'll cross it. What do they want? How do you know? How can you prove to them that that's the promised land? The whole point of the freemium model is to get them a taste. All right, now you've had your taste. If they're not converting, they're just sapping your strength. They're kryptonite. Get rid of them.
So you're saying we have to do our homework?
Yeah. Sorry. It's hard.
One more question.
All right, go. Yes.
When you were talking about behavioral metrics, like
Yes.
the example with Facebook, who do you go to talk to?
The guy with the metrics.
And who would that be? In this example.
All right, so the example with Facebook is there's third-party marketing agencies that have licensed Facebook APIs that allow you to do that. Axiom with 2 C's is the company that fills your mailbox with these credit card ads. And it's basing that on the knowledge of your purchase stream. It knows what you buy. That's almost as scary as Google, which knows what you're looking for. So those companies, Axiom, Experian, whoever owns the metrics, which is why I want you to collect a lot of behavioral metrics, has the ability to then leverage them. And then there are a bunch of third-party service bureaus, like the folks who collect warranty cards and magazine subscriptions. You ever see those magazine subscription cards and they have a whole bunch of questions that have nothing to do? It's because they're doing this kind of data laundering, data mining. Well, that happens online in real time. And whoever owns those metrics, that's the guy to ask for. All right, that was my last question. Derek, thanks very much.
Let's give David a round of applause. Very much. That was interesting and fun. So now we're going to pass the microphone. So we have about, 70 to 80 people to go through in less than 15 minutes. So keep it brief, with the exception of John, who's going to talk slightly longer than brief about the Census Bureau. And we'll start here. Please stand up.
Hi, I'm Leslie Soseda, and I work for the University of Michigan in Information and Technology Services.
Hello, I'd stand up, but I'd fill a few knees behind me. I'm JT Peterson, with Buckle Business Leadership, and it's good to see y'all today.
How do you do? My name is John Walter. Today I'm here to offer everybody who's listening a job. The U.S. Census is looking for people in all kinds of roles, not just to go door to door. They have good jobs, they pay well, it's simple to sign up, and I can start off by giving you a toll-free number, 1-866-861-2010, and simply say, I would like to apply for a job with the Census. I think you'll find it interesting as well as it pays well. It's flexible. You can work evenings and weekends, and they will pay mileage depending on the job you have, and also reimburse you for certain expenses like cell phone minutes. So if you're interested, call 1-866-861-2010 or speak to me before you leave today.
Jennifer Dart with Zapata Designs, .925 sterling silver. I help people dress for success.
Sherry Marcy, I'm your GLEQ ambassador. We're having our annual or semi-annual meeting January 21st at Skyline High School. Join us.
Hi, my name is Ellie Ganellan. I'm with the Caretown Concert House as well as a startup company, Sagra LLC. I just live tweeted David Bloom's presentation, hashtag LA2M.
Hi, I'm Chris Rizzo. I do marketing for Online Tech.
My name is Rithy Parr, and I work with Chris. If there's anybody in the room who's interested in any marketing opportunities with Online Tech, if you're a software as a service company, I'd love to talk to you, so come see me.
Hi, my name is Katie Murray, and I work with Chris and Rithu in sales. So I'll help you if you need to outsource your software as a service infrastructure.
Hi, I'm Stacy Collett with Dollar Bill Printing here in Ann Arbor. I've been there for 23 years, and I can help you with any digital printing needs that you have.
Hi, my name is Tim Lynn. I'm with WaterQ, a new startup doing energy monitoring.
My name is Lisa Shuddy, and I'm just here to meet people.
Hi, I'm John Engelbert, and I'm also with WattIQ. We're doing automated electricity monitoring, energy auditing, energy efficiency.
Hi, I'm Carol Lesher. I am a grant writer, and I help entrepreneurs and organizations access funding. And I also wear another hat, which is a true charity model, which is Ozone House, I'm the development director.
I'm Eric Shapiro. I'm an independent Mac and iPhone programmer.
Adrian Forbes. I'm a senior software engineer at Midwest Consulting, and he helped me my service into Online Tech for my side business. I'm the engineering side of software as a service.
Hi everybody, I'm Carol Cam. I own I Sold It, the eBay store down in the Colonnade Center. Just want to let everybody know we're having another gold buying event this coming Saturday from noon to 6. So if you've been thinking about making it to one of those, now's the time. That's it.
Hi, I'm Joey Sylvian. I'm very social, so I do social media planning. I like to plan all the activities I get involved with.
Hi, I'm Patty Maldonado, and I am an advertising and marketing manager. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Russ Blessing with SDS Workflow, also with Neil Mixer, but not really spending any time with that right now. SDS Workflow turns small and mid-sized companies into process-driven enterprises. So we improve customer satisfaction and decrease operating costs to drive more money to the bottom line. If you want to know what a process-driven enterprise is, come talk to me.
Hi, my name is John Polgowski, and I represent MetaSpring. We do website development, website design. I'm also currently working on a customer relationship manager, which is like Salesforce or HighRise. So if you're interested in one of those for software as a service freemium model, come see me.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Al Pacha. I'm the owner and president of Alpine, a software development company in Ann Arbor. And I'm looking to hire lots of software programmers. So if you guys know any software programmers, tell them I will.
I'm Sam Patil. I'm the application development manager, taking care of the web application development.
Hi, my name is Rick Young, the creativity guy. My wife is looking for a sales opportunity. She's really good. This is your enemy. shade your eyes if you must. This is the blank piece of paper before any project or business that you're in. This could be your solution, the instant idea source. It acts as an index to your mind. For $20, you could be the most creative person in your industry.
I am Doug Song, founder of a company called Cybersecurity. We're a self-mode security startup in Ann Arbor, and also organizer of the 18 New Tech Meetup, which is a monthly meetup for startups, security or technology startups in Ann Arbor that meets the third Tuesday of every month in the B School.
My name is Peter Baker. I'm working with Doug at SIO and also run Elevated Works, a design and development company, and also Elevated Press, a letterpress printer in downtown.
Hi, I'm Angela Kuyaba. I'm the new marketing director at Logic Solutions. So new, in fact, that I don't even have business cards yet. So if you are a mobile applications developer, if you know one or you need one, you're going to have to actually talk to me because I can't give you my card.
Hi there. My name is Dave Goldschmidt. I'm co-founder of a company called BuyCenters. BuyCenters helps brands deliver on-demand personalized sales incentives to shoppers while they're online.
Hi, my name is Kevin Nally. I'm currently rewiring. I've just retired as a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers in the consulting business, where I was for 20 years, and happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Ben Taub. I'm with DataSpace. We are consultants in business intelligence and data warehousing.
Hi, Susan Harris, technical writer. The Association of Women in Computing Ann Arbor branch is having a meeting Monday evening about a speaker about problem solving.
Wayne Aker, freelance web developer.
I'm Leida from Affordable Computers. We provide refurbished computers including Apple, Dell, IBM, and HP.
My name is Patrick Haggood. I'm with Unity Learning Systems at edtechrecipes.com. We produce software and solutions for educational stakeholders. That's about it.
Hi, my name is Mary Lou Olds. I'm a business professional in marketing, sales, and advertising in transition. If you're looking for someone to join your team who do a really great job for you, I'd love to talk to you. Thank you.
My name is Christina Wallace. I'm a usability project coordinator at a local nonprofit online selling digital archive. I also have my own online user experience consulting business.
I'm Steve Martin. I'm a business analyst at a local website here in town.
It's hard to follow Steve Martin. Mark Reynolds, Grow Biz, and there's just so much to say in so little time, but I'm going to point out one of our clients, Carol Cam. I sell it, and now she's converting to e-sell it and developing a B2B product turnover proposition, and it's going to be very successful.
Hi, I'm Deb Nystrom. I'm going to be here next Wednesday. I'll leave it to Dee to say more about that, but I will be talking about a ridiculously easy mini blog tool, and that's my term for it, and I find it just too much fun, but that's also a blessing and a curse, and I'll talk about that as well.
I'm Benji Ben Baruch, and I'm the guy that does all the data analysis David Bloom talked about to segment your customers, figure out the proper metrics for value of the customer, value of acquisition, value, cost of retention, which is different than cost of acquisition. And I even know one of the major factors that David missed, which was how to figure out how many of your customers are just plain dying. And if you've got a large customer database, it runs into the tens of thousands.
That's also hard to follow. Hi, I'm Mike Nato. I'm also with Affordable Computers here in town, and in addition to saving money on your computing and technical support requirements, we also provide financing. Thanks.
I'm Roger Rail. I help people with their information infrastructure and help them make their ideas work.
Hi, I'm Matty White with GrowBiz. I hope you remembered what Mark said.
Chris, shy today.
Joe Minnock with Adrenaline Commerce, and actually we just launched our website at adrenalinecommerce.com, and I would love your feedback. So again, adrenalinecommerce.com.
I'm Steve Schwartz. I have a company, Alpha Django Software Marketing. We do web-based software and business automation, and also a startup, RateMyStudentRental.com.
Hi, my name is Joel Vergen. I'm an internet pilot. Helped businesses get from where they are to where they want to be safely and in minimum time using the web to get customer leads and through customer service.
Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Tausig. I'm with the America's Business Benefit Association. We're a national nonprofit, and we help small business individuals and families save money on some 60 different services. The number one thing we help with is health insurance. If what you're paying is too much or you want more value for the dollar, please come see me. Thanks.
My name is Rick. You can check out my new SaaS killer app at menloparkassociates.com. I had lunch with Steve yesterday.
My name is Craig Buckley. I own a business called Business Engine Builders. If you're interested in dominating your market space and doing so without adding headcount, I have some encouraging stories that I could tell you.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Daigle. I'm with Webco. We make a product called the Headset Buddy, which is an adapter that allows you to use your existing headset with your other devices, iPhone, PC, home phone, stuff like that. So say you have a $150 noise canceling headset, we have an adapter that can help you use that with your iPhone. There's an adapter for that.
That's good. I'm Janice Milham. I'm founder of Milham Images, simply because I didn't know what to name it at first. It turned out to be, basically I'm a marketing strategist. Worked with a lot of business to business. I've combined digital photography to help people tell a story, a relevant story about their business, their practices, and processes. And right now I have some clients, believe it or not, and I'm very happy about that, in the financial service, business to business, and one nonprofit. So, thank you.
Hi, Eric Rodriguez, account manager with Ingenix Digital Marketing.
Hi, I'm Mike Gould, retired from the University of Michigan this morning. I built laser light shows into lunch boxes.
Yes. He's going to dominate the marketing net. I'm still David Bloom. I'm a technology marketing coach with Factotum Constellation. And if you want to know anything about me, there are 11 of my clients in this room right now. Ask one of them, because they're going to tell you better than I will. And to you guys, this is a freebie.
Hi, I'm Kevin Gillespie. I'm a career change expert, speaker, coach, and I just started a new music an artist consultancy called Unleashed Music.
Hi, I'm Carter Sherman from Prince Studios, and I'm a commercial editorial and portrait photographer. I do just about everything except for wings.
And hey everybody, my name is Derek Marabon. I have a couple businesses, Ingenix Digital, build a lot of websites, do a lot of optimization analytics. We're just a couple doors down, and yeah, I guess that's it. So remember, I do have office space, so I'm being a little spacey today. I've been up since like 4 in the morning. I have office space. If you need office space, come talk to me. And here's D. Davey.
Who runs Creative Ideas Marketing. I'm an independent marketing contractor. I specialize in companies who offer business-to-business services and help them bring new ideas for service to life. I'm also the voice of Lunch in Arbor Marketing, and it's my pleasure to introduce next week's speaker. Deb, if you'd like to stand up again. Deb Nystrom, Revlin Consulting. And Deb is going to be giving her insight into getting up and running with blogging from a starter's perspective, an amateur do-it-yourselfer blogger who's done it really, really well. And she's going to be talking about the tool Posterous. So next week at Lunch and Arbor Marketing. See you then. Thank you.
Can you get right on that site right after this?
During and after, and yeah.
Okay. So it's tracked now.
And it's live, it's recorded.
Okay.
Stop recording now.